Hey Mo, we need to get an intro down for this channel, you know.
Yeah, but what are you thinking, Leigh?
Why not a rap over the top of it?
Don't be ridiculous. You sound like a northern M&M.
Look, listen to me. Yo, yo, yo. The Munch brunch in the house, man.
Absolutely not.
Right, what you got in mind?
Let's just keep it simple.
I'm Leigh.
I'm Aim.
We're the Munch brunch.
Hi everyone and welcome back to another mukbang with Aim and Leigh. We are the Munch UK. Leigh, tell them what we have on the menu today.
Hey Mo, we have traditional British toad in the hole. Nice.
Not actual toads.
No toads were hurt in the making of this toad in the hole, but this is a definite home-cooked British meal because it's made here in Britain and it's traditional.
Yeah, and it's Yorkshire pudding, which means only one thing.
Leigh is in his element. I'm just going to move the camera down slightly.
Bunny.
Well, it doesn't hurt much, does it? I mean, we have a lot of takeaways and stuff and Chineses and stuff, which makes Aim happy. I like more traditional food. Can I have the salt, please? Thank you. I'm going to zoom in slightly so you can all get a better. If you want to see the making of this toad and hole, head over to our other channel and you'll see how you make this.
Yeah.
I've got the recipe from the BBC website. I've got really good recipes over there.
Yeah, well, I tend to go on there, but I like, what's that other one? That one that we use, Pigeon Nom.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good website.
That is good.
Let's do a taste test.
That is really good Yorkshire pudding. I've had this too sudden dark now, for Christ's sake. Yeah, it's really nice, good quality. So we've had one, and Aim's mum and Tia have had one as well.
That's good.
First time I made it.
Really?
I'm quite surprised. Tia said you've made it before. I said I haven't. She said, did mum make? No, she said, did mum make it once? I said, probably. I've bought them before from the shops, but I've never made an actual toad in the hole. The only thing I'd change is on the recipe it recommends chipolata sausages. I didn't think of that when I bought these bigger ones.
My mum never's done it with them.
Well, they just fit in there, but wouldn't they? They've got these.
No, people do this. It looks better.
Right.
Should we cut it in half?
Yeah, go ahead.
Best way, isn't it? Because
so today is Tuesday, and this video we recorded today weren't going for out for about 3 days because we're just sort of getting one ready to go out. We won't plan on doing this meal for a few days.
no.
And then obviously we've got the sad news like we all did today of Tom Moore,
Captain
Tom Moore passing away. And we said let's talk about it today and get this video done and sort of chat about everything.
Yeah.
It's really messed up. I mean, 100 years old.
I think the worst part about it is like, he got tested obviously positive for COVID, and if that hadn't have been around, I don't think this obviously would have been the outcome necessarily.
He was already suffering from pneumonia for a while, and then he was tested last week apparently for COVID, and it was positive.
It's just awful, isn't it, this whole situation? And also this new variant that's knocking about. It's a South Africa one. Well, we live near Warsaw. Well, Warsaw's not far. And everyone's got to do, like, door-to-door testing there.
But, I mean, regarding, like, Tom Moore was saying, that what he's actually did, I mean, I don't think anyone, other than the nurses and the doctors in the UK, I don't think anyone's done more.
33 million?
39.
Was it really?
Yeah. No one's done more for Britain in like the NHS and stuff during COVID than he did. He raised 38 point something million. He got #1 single.
Really?
Yeah, he was the oldest person ever to get a #1 single in England. He did a cover version of, I forgot that it's not You'll Never Walk Alone, but it's an older song, which you'll all know if you listen to it. He had his autobiography done at Christmas, or last year, and it's out around about Christmas time. He had, he got a movie deal. They're actually making a movie at Tom Moore, which was signed, I think, last year, whilst he was in a lot better health.
100 years of age, how to do all that, and to make such a stamp on the country is amazing. Honestly amazing. And to get that, raise that amount of money.
Walking Barney's gone 100 times at 100
He
years
kept
old.
going though, didn't he?
I don't know. Well, they said on the news it's 100 times. I can't walk around our garden 10 times. I'm bloody 35 for Christ's sake.
You know, I just think he's a legend. I think, you know, he will go down in history with all this situation. He will hopefully put in history books, and people need to get educated on him in schools in time to come, because I think this, in such a time like this, he's somebody who's basically made a stamp on everything, hasn't he? Everybody knows that name now.
Nobody knew of it. Well, obviously people knew of him, but we didn't know of him as a nation before this, did we?
No.
And then his name started going around. Tom Moore. I was like, who's Tom Moore? What's this all about? He's walking around his garden. What do they mean? And you look into it, like back when he did it, you're like, Christ's sake, this man's doing all this. And he raised it all for the NHS, from what I know, what I heard.
Yeah.
But 100 years old, I mean, I can't
I mean,
imagine
my
what
nan's
I'd be like.
both died at 82.
Mm-hmm.
And my nan couldn't have walked like that.
My granddad's 80 odd, and if you told me he can't do it, he probably would try it.
Yeah.
I can't guarantee you'd actually be able to do it, but he's one of them ones, probably like Tom Moore. If you say, no, don't do it, he'll do it anyway.
Yeah, Lee's granddad is like that. Can you ladle some of them over here? Ladle.
But then what gets on my nerves, and it's a bit off topic, but when I'm around the shops and stuff, so many idiots just walk around without a mask on. But yeah, some people have the exempt letters, some people don't now. And yet this poor man had just passed away from this illness after doing all this for the NHS, trying to raise money.
That's what the horrendous thing is, in the respect that some people just take it for granted. Oh, it doesn't exist. It doesn't really matter how this came about or whatever. It's still around, isn't it, guys? You know. 300
people they found it like an illegal rave or illegal party, whatever you want to call it. I think it was in London. I might be wrong. And this was like the other day. And they were filming them like being escorted out of this building. They didn't give a crap. They didn't care one bloody bit. I mean, I've not really seen I've seen my family like when we was allowed to, when lockdown was ended the first time. But apart from that, I ain't seen my family.
No.
In about 4 months like that. Hey?
It was saying sweet corn.
Oh.
Down here.
Mm.
No.
And you like this bloke the other day in Lidl? He had no mask on. He was in there on a right old whinge.
Yeah, that's the point. Tell the story of what happened.
So I'm there getting served, and I could hear this argument going on with the manager. And this bloke had been asked to leave on a previous occasion, for what I picked up from what I could hear from the security guard. And he said, look, I don't need to leave, because he didn't have a mask on, but he didn't have his letter from the doctors or a badge or whatever. And the security guard, well, you got to leave then, mate, you can't be in here. And he was there like, to the manager, it would be you, because he's the manager, like I said, you would be...
92,000.
Like, however, a lot of money, about
eligible,
40 grand, something like that. You'd be responsible for paying this fine. If I took you to court, you, not the store, no one else, you would have to pay it. And the bloke's like, well, hang on, mate. Look, my security guard was only doing what he thought was right. And the only bit that got me was, this bloke's in there because he's apparently vulnerable. You don't need to wear a mask for this reason. But how about everyone in there who is wearing a mask, who could catch it? And he's in there, he was in there about 15 minutes, so I was just getting served, I was in a big queue. He was just arguing his point.
I think what the upsetting thing is about that, real vulnerable people have to go out there and risk it more than everybody, because that's the whole idea of being vulnerable. I doubt the ones who are like really truly vulnerable will want to sit arguing the case.
You'd stay indoors.
No, but like,
well,
I'm on about the vulnerable who have no choice in going out. It's such a shame for them that they have to listen to somebody like that.
Yeah. He was just wanting to kick off and make a fuss, this bloke was, rather than just saying, look, mate, this is my point. Hopefully you can explain it to your security guard next time I'm here. This is what my situation is. But even then, there are people who use it. There was a bloke this morning on TikTok, and this bloke had a right go at him. He did like a compilation video of it. And there's this lad there, like in his 20s. And he's like, where's my mask? I don't wear a mask. I have asthma. And then this bloke, I could recorded it or something or other, and did this reply to him, said, mate, do you know how many thousands of people around the world have asthma, surgeons and doctors who are wearing masks every single day? He said, and he knew all the facts. If I don't know, it's not going to repeat them. He said, look, having asthma is not affected by wearing a mask. It does not stop you from breathing in CO2 and breathing out CO2, I think he said. If I got that wrong, I apologise. But he's saying you're just making excuses. He's making an example on TikTok and trying to be a bit of a smart
I just
ass.
think it's a shame for the people who are really, truly vulnerable, who really are like, you know, life-threatening situations, or... Because my uncle died of asthma. I just think it's a shame for the people who really, you know, they really kind of practice safe health out there, if you understand me. And then there's just people like that, down Lidl, just having a right old whinge.
So many flipping idiots about. And kids as well. I was in Tesco before, and there was a kid in there. I say kid, like 15, 16. He was with two mates, and they had their masks on. He was like, well, I don't wear no mask.
That there are people let their kids play out with other kids a lot. I'm talking about older kids, not younger kids.
Well, I mean, told by the parents to stay indoors like you should be doing.
Yeah. I see it a lot round here. You can just tell.
Yeah, they're just living it up. Think, oh, it's a great time to have fun with our mates. Not all, but a lot of them, man. We see quite a few. But only like we say, it's poor sod Tom Moore. I mean, okay, he's 100 years old. We don't know. I'm not sure. We're not sure what how long he'd have had to live anyway. But that's crazy that he got COVID, and that obviously contributed towards his death. Doesn't seem very fair to me.
I just want to see when his birthday was. Wow, I'll show you a picture of him, guys, when he was younger.
He served over in India for the British Army, or the military one, whichever it is. I don't know if he's in the Army or the Navy. And then he's got 2 daughters as well.
Has he? Because my mum asked that.
2 daughters.
Wow, look. Okay, guys, so
good
this
looking
is
bloke,
him.
he's younger.
That's unbelievable, isn't it, that? Eh?
I think we forget sometimes, if you don't see people when they're younger, you see like when they're sort of a lot older. You forget that they used to be younger and how they would look when they was.
Okay, so his birthday was the 30th of April. So he'd have been 101.
Coming up soon. It's like my gran, my gran's passed away now, but I only ever knew my gran looking the way she... I mean, when I was born, my gran would have been about late 50s. So she used to always look the same to me. And it worked till I looked at pictures from when she was like a young lady, like about 20, 21. Yeah. You're like, bloody hell, my gran looked completely bloody different. Like, now, absolutely different.
What's weird with us is that my mum now, she's like a young looking nan to Tia, isn't she?
Young for 70.
71. But the thing is, I find that a lot of my relatives at that age are all young looking, like my auntie. And they're all like in a different generation. Like my nan, she was very
older looking.
Yeah. So looks can be quite advanced. Not deceiving, but you know, like it's different generation of over 60s now. Like,
and my gran would always wear like the headscarves. Not religious headscarf. To keep the rain off, basically. And that was when she was like in her 50s. They wouldn't do it these days.
A triangle thing.
Yeah.
Can't even explain it.
Tie under the chin. We're going back to like the 80s now, like late 80s when I was born. And my gran was in the 50s then, so that was like traditional then, I guess, or fashionable.
Yeah, my nan always used to wear that as well. My other nan.
Can you imagine if you saw a lady out now, like in the 50s? Like,
they do.
Yeah, but not in the 50s usually older ladies.
Oh, yeah. But my other nan, because my heritage is different culture, countries and stuff. My nan was a bit of she was very Italian, and she looked a bit like Marge Simpson. Her hair was huge, big Italian bouffant thing. She was so lovely. She would have white leather settees, and then like this big glass table, and she just put this massive spread on, like food everywhere. Like, eat everywhere. Oh my god.
That's cool. I think we should, not us personally, because I don't think there's anything we could do, it'd be a bit bloody stupid, but I think eventually there will be something done for Captain Tom.
There will be. There'll be like a commemorative.
Yeah. I mean, he was also awarded, I think it was Sports Personality of the Year, I think that's what it was. We got some sort of Sports Personality Award this year or last year. But yeah, I do think there'll be something done, and rightfully so. Maybe it's like an evening show on TV, or at the Royal Variety performance or something. I don't know. He deserves it.
100%. I mean, for him to come up with that at the time where Mouse, not being rude, Mouse over 90s would probably be terrified to do things. He was out there like, yep, I'm going to do it. I'm gonna do this, and then he only went to earn. I think it was very, very small of a.
He wanted to earn a small amount before he knew it. He had like 38 points of a million. He got 3/4 of a. I think it was either a quarter of a million or 3/4 of a million birthday cards.
And yeah,
last April for his birthday.
And yeah, he went to Barbados, and people are like, I have heard some people go, but how can he go to Barbados? I was thinking,
why not?
You know,
that was all allowed to, wasn't
it?
That would have been when lockdown ended last time.
I think it was around Christmas time.
I don't know about
yeah,
that.
It was around Christmas time. I saw it from Piers Morgan's tweets. And I thought to myself, well, if it was legally allowed to do it, then fine. Secondly, if I reach 100 and I haven't got it, and someone says, oh, well, I'll probably pay to go to Barbados, I'm off.
No one can knock that man.
No.
And, long live his memory, and rest in peace, Tom Moore. He's like, his daughters were there at the hospital, we've been talking, because I read it online. He was laughing and joking, we've been right up until the end, talking about childhood memories and about their mum and stuff. And the nurses were like, amazing within the doctors. The children across said how brilliant they were at caring for him the last couple of weeks of his life.
Yeah, that was meant to be amazing.
And whilst you got a lot of prats out there saying, oh, the NHS this year, like they did do right at the beginning, and kicking off in hospitals, oh, why can't you see me? I've got a bloody broken toe. I'm more important, sort of thing. He was there, but he raising money for the NHS, and what a man.
And like you say, I mean, this thing will go down in history anyway. This is like the new plague. But he will also, because there's no way that man will be ever forgotten.
No. And then today, onto it because we're on about COVID, Aim's mum has booked in for her first vaccination now. But what a job. I mean, you'll see a video which was meant to go out today. It'll be going out in a few days once we get round to it, of where we was doing a video and Aim had to go away to take a phone call. You might not see it actually till early next week, I'm afraid, because we'll get a bit behind on our videos. And Aim has to go and take his phone call.
Well,
how
I
long
was
you on there
already
for?
on the phone call, but I stepped away to do the video. And now, I found up at 3. It says from 3 till 6. I found up from 3.
This
but
was
it
to
kept
get
us
the
on hold
vaccination.
till 8. So it never said, okay, it's stopping them. And at 5 to 8, it went from caller number 2 to caller number 1. And my mum was like, I just can't hold on anymore. And it was like a 5-hour phone call. I found up today. I was the first one. I booked in straight away.
Bit of bloody luck that was. But yeah, if you do have to ring up for a relative or for yourself for the COVID vaccinations,
I think it might have been a glitch in the system.
I don't know, but you might have to expect a dodgy bloody waiting time.
It was a long time, guys. My mum was so stressed.
But the thing is, like they say, get your local doctors, but then you don't ring up your local doctors to book it in. You got to ring somewhere else to get the actual appointment for it. I don't know what my granddad did either.
All our doctors are they're all going to this certain one.
All right.
So, and I think that's what they're all doing. And there's only like 7 practices where we are that are doing it. So, the nearest one to the one practice that's being done, if you're with me, it's being done like that. So, I can understand that. She said like today, it was a call centre. So basically, like, it went on for the longest time. And also the reception was really bad because there was so many people trying to phone up.
Penny off. Right. And then yesterday we lost Screech. I think it was yesterday or the day before. I'm pretty sure it was yesterday. From Saved by the Bell. A lot of you, if you're our age, will remember Saved by the Bell. I would watch it every single morning before school. And sometimes after school if I had not what to do. There was Zach, Screech, I think Slater was in Hang Time. I get them both mixed up sometimes.
I used to watch it on a weekend.
Yeah, I love Saved by the Bell. But he passed away, I think. So a bit of a crappy couple of days. Whew. For people of my age and Aim's age, I used to watch Saved by the Bell and follow Tom Moore through, the last, what's it been now? Well over a year. I think he started like back in, well, he got the birthday cards for his birthday last April, so you're looking well over a year now.
I think It goes to show, doesn't it? We don't know what's around the corner. I mean, like, just wearing a mask might not seem much of a big deal to some people, I guess, but it clearly does something. Especially in, like, supermarkets. And I'll tell you what I did here the other day, which is a big piece of advice to everybody. The bin men have put out a thing round here. I'm not sure if it's, like, across the country, but it says, when you put your bin out and you get it back in, just remember we've touched thousands of, or hundreds or thousands of bins today. We are going to be touching your bin, so please wipe the bin before you touch it and hand sanitize, because we are pulling, everybody's putting their bin out, they're pulling it to put it on the back of the thing.
I'm always careful of
It's
that.
actually a good point, isn't it? Because, you know, when you look at your bin sort of at the end of your drive or whatever, you just think, okay, the bin's out. Pardon me, the bin's out, but...
No, I don't. When I get our bin in, I always make sure I'm wearing my gloves. I don't just touch it, because I know, obviously, they've just touched it.
Yeah, but even I didn't think. I thought, that's a really good point.
Moving off COVID talk. Do you know, what's his name's left Eastenders? He's left, like, back in December. Max Barney and Jake Wood.
Yep.
I didn't know. I only found out today, because apparently it's really big news in the newspaper, like in the Daily Mirror, that Max Bryan's left Eastenders. I think that's pretty big bloody news, after all the affairs he's had. But he's grown a beard. That's the bigger news, apparently. He's grown himself a huge beard, and that's now big news.
Right.
I just thought, I was like, oh my God, Max has gone. No, can't take it. I didn't really think the fact that he'd grown a beard was that big of a news story, in all honesty. But I guess in desperate times, they'll write anything.
He'll probably come back.
No, that's it done. His story has been finished in the next couple of weeks.
I have heard that, though. I know Ian's coming back.
But from all accounts, his final ever scene was recorded back in December. And if they haven't killed him off, then he can come back. Of
Yeah,
course he
that's
can.
what I mean.
And I can't imagine they have killed him off.
Look how many times they've said, so-and-so's not coming back. And then guess who turns up?
But there's only so many affairs a man can have. I mean, it ain't being funny. If I lived in the square, Albert Square, I wouldn't let him anywhere near the bloke. Literally, Linda. Cat, I think he had at one point. Mel. Didn't he have Mel? I think so.
He's been with everybody.
Literally everyone, apart from Dot and Pat. And Pat was only because he was related, I think. Or Dot was related, wasn't he? She's married to Jim, who was his dad or granddad.
Dad.
But he puts it about something. I mean, especially I don't think he's a very good looking bloke myself. I don't think he is.
No, it isn't like that. It's just something about him.
It's the fact that he gets all the birds and he's a bit of a smart talker. Imagine being Mick. Yeah, Linda, I'm going through a bit of crap time now. I've got all this depression. Oh, it's alright, Mick. I'm going to go sleep with Max.
The brother's still in it, though, ain't he, Jack?
Oh, yeah, Jack's still in it. And then, a day or two later, Linda's like, I'm moving away to Australia or New Zealand with Max. The next day, he's like, alright, Linda, put the kettle on. I'll have a brekkie. We're as good as gold now. I don't think he just slept with my bloody best mate or one of my old best mates.
No, I just think personally, some of the storylines in all the soap cell can be a little far-fetched. I mean, look how many times there's been people buried under patios and things.
Oh, yeah. And then they forget stuff as well, though. I catch on because I'm quite clever like that. Max was on the phone to Lauren about a month or so ago, probably 2 months ago, in EastEnders. Oh, bloody hell, Lauren, your house is burnt down in the bushfires or whatever. He's like, I'll see if I can borrow some money off Ian. A month later, yeah, me and Linda are going to go and stay at Lauren's. Where the hell's Lauren staying? Her house is burnt fecking down. They're staying in a bloody tent. Max and Linda are moving to the tent.
Wasn't Peter trying to get a loan or something?
Yeah, because his kid's over there with Lauren. And then,
how about Peter going with Sucky?
oh, God. You'd have to pay me danger money to sleep with her, even if it was only in a scene. She's, that mullet she's got at the back, really winds me up.
It isn't, she wears her hair up and half down.
Well, it reminds me of a mullet from back in the 80s.
No, she wears her hair half up and half down, Leigh.
I'll tell you what was a dodgy
I can't eat no more Yorkshire pudding.
That's
sorry.
fine, I'll help you. I won't say now. You know what else is a dodgy one? There's this lady in Malaysia, yeah? And I want to ask your opinion on this because I want to know what you'd do.
Okay.
She was getting married and she was there at the aisle about to say I do to her new husband. Her husband's there, but so is her ex-boyfriend. Like he's there at the wedding.
What, as a guest?
Yeah, I guess so. She turned to the husband. Oh.
1 minute interval.
I know I talk my mouth full sometimes, so I'll try and do it.
Do you want to pause it a minute?
No, I've got rid of it now. She turned to the husband, or the future husband, and said, 1 minute. He's like, oh, okay, well, what's up now, love? I always get this done with, so I'll have a beer. Waves over the ex-boyfriend. Come here, Tim, whatever his name is. It's Malaysia, it probably ain't Tim. Tim comes over. So, I want one more hug with Tim. And then the future husband are like, what? She turns around, hugs the ex, like proper, oh God, I love you so much sort of hug. Like, I can't believe this is the last time we'll ever hug with me not being married to Bert here. And then the husband was expected to still marry her. What would you do, Anne?
What if that was you?
If I said, wait there, let me go give Deborah a hug.
Then again now, I wouldn't say, I wouldn't say, can I just, at the aisle, I wouldn't say, can I just give so-and-so a last hug? I'd hug an ex because it's just a hug, but not at that point.
At the wedding, when I'm about to say, I do.
Like, for instance, like I'd hug Quinn, but not right at that point. You know? That's just out of order. That's like, I'd be like, what the heck? I'll tell you what, I'd be like, what exactly do you think you're doing? Why is you in the first place if you still want to hug her like that?
Exactly, you can just imagine, what couple of days later, on the honeymoon, all right, Tim, yeah, he's asleep downstairs. I'll meet up with you as soon as I get back. They're getting divorced 2 weeks after they get married, I swear.
Some people are like that though, Leigh. Some people very, very accepting of things like that.
Well, I don't think he was. He weren't too impressed about it from what I heard.
What would you do?
Me? If you was hugging your ex while she was getting married, 1, I'd feel like a bloody fool. 2, I'd be saying, what the hell you doing? No. But I look, all the guests are here watching you hug your ex.
They'd all be like...
And then again, our wedding wasn't exactly ideal because I was stood there at the waiting for Anne for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because she stood me up, because we was in a sodden hotel. She couldn't go anywhere. It
was his mum's fault.
They got very drunk the night before, didn't you?
Yeah. It was a good night. It was a good day.
Everyone was saying to her, Leigh, you sure she's coming? I thought, bloody hope so.
It was. Look how square you make.
I'm making my Yorkshire pudding last week. It's bloody amazing.
See, years ago, when I taught Leigh how to make Yorkshire puddings,
you made a big mistake.
Yeah, he makes them a lot now, don't you? Oh my goodness. It's a shame you don't feel like that with the wallpaper. And I taught you how to wallpaper. You don't do a lot of wallpaper.
Damn right I don't. Well, have you heard this? I taught you how to do it, so therefore Amy's the expert to start with. Once she taught me, like with these, she now doesn't do it.
I'm the teacher.
You don't do the wallpaper and you don't do the Yorkshires.
Once teaches, you don't need to teach again.
A teacher should teach and then carry on to teach but still do.
You wanted to follow my lead then with the little teach things and you couldn't follow it through. Just eat Yorkshire pudding. Don't worry. Get it down your neck. No, I like Yorkshire puddings, but in a certain amount. I don't like too much. These basically all the whole, minus a bit. No, I bet it's toad.
Well, you're more about the toad, though. You like sausage. I don't need two more.
I don't know where this is going because I've just said I said something, you giggled, and then you've just said I like sausage, and it's just a bit awkward.
I wasn't being rude. I was saying you generally like sausage.
You genuinely like the whole?
You can't say that.
What? Well,
we're not going to...
It's toad in the hole. If you'd have said toad, then it might have sounded... Look, this is stupid. Stop now. Let's just eat your...
Let's be serious for a moment. Well, we've already been serious today.
Yeah. You've got to have a little bit of light-hearted fun, haven't you, at the end of the day? Yes,
Amy left me yesterday. I thought she might be on the phone call today still for like ages. Yeah, today on my own for part way through.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry about that video, guys. I don't know whether you have seen it or you
will
see it. I did have to nip off because...
You've explained that.
Mum was obviously a little bit nervous and everything.
But it made me appreciate how difficult it is to eat and talk on a mukbang.
Well, it's as well as you can't do too much eating and talking. Like,
it's impossible. I was literally.
I think I'd find it easy to do it on my own. It'd just be the ratio of eating and talking.
I can't just sit here and just eat. That's the problem. I always talk and always talk. Probably
That's why I find when I watch people doing mukbangs on their own, I like couple mukbangs because I like couple mukbangs rather than on their own.
Yeah.
Like B Loves Life, I like it when she's with her family and stuff, or because you can hear conversation. Then if you understand,
I know what you mean. That's what I struggle. On the introduction to that video again, say I did a little bit where I like to explain. Aim would disappear after that 20 minutes, and I say I find it easier when Aim is with me when we're together, so I can be eating, and I know whilst I'm eating, Aim's talking, and then when Aim's eating, I can do the talking. But the whole awkward pauses in between.
Unless it's like ASMR, that's different. But definitely mukbang, I don't really watch.
Everyone to their own now.
Like Belos, when she does it, she's talking great. But if it's a case of like Darius and Nicole, like not Darius, Delvin, Zaddy Chunk. I like them because they do talk like that.
And Nick and Nick talks regardless.
I can watch Nick. No, actually, I'll take that back. I can watch Nick on his own.
Nick talks like half an hour at the
beginning. He talks. I love... Do you know what, though? A lot of people have said about us, it's a lot about the conversation rather than the food, and that's what I love. I love the conversation of other mukbangers and things like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I've asked the question before, do you come here sometimes for the food or what? And some people have said both, but a lot of the time people say, just me and Leigh, just chatting away like
people have said, even if you don't have any food, if you just sat there and had a chat and a drink or whatever, then they'd still tune in. Do
you want a drink? Go on, have a drink.
Oh, God, I can't just eat drink gravy. Amy has.
Amy? What's wrong?
I don't know.
I love gravy so much. I haven't drank it like a whole thing.
No, on your plate.
Oh, yeah, on a spoon.
That's when she goes trampy. I've seen her before.
Okay.
Like that.
Tell me on here who doesn't do that.
Me. I don't do it because I don't like it.
I'm not doing it now, guys. That way I was just smelling it.
No, we should start. I mean, we waste a lot of gravy. I mean, that there should be enough for 3 or 4 people.
I don't know why you do so much. I mean, we got a gravy boat. I mean, look at the size of the measuring jug. There's no way to fit in the gravy boat the way he makes it.
Feed 4 of us, though.
But Leigh, we've fed 4, and plus there's that. The dogs can have it for the dinner.
No food in this house ever gets wasted.
But unless it's bad food, and they don't have bones either. I won't allow that.
But mashed potato, sausage ends.
I do them a lot. They have a lot of... Their food that we buy them contains a lot of good stuff. Also, the meat, we get them like chicken and veg as well. But if it's like rice or mash, things like that left over, sweet corn as a bowl full, they will have that because there's nothing actually wrong in giving your dogs like your own food.
As long as it's healthy.
As long as it's okay.
Oh, sorry. Got hiccups.
Like rice and chicken and veg and things like that, they can eat that.
Some dogs just have a diet of rice and chicken. We in the past have had dogs here. We've helped our friend look after, and they're just on a mere diet of raw meat.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, don't bring that in here.
These dogs are huge. I ain't just gonna say it, but these
proper
dogs...
staffies, like
bloodline perfect.
Too huge.
And he comes here, our friend, and I'm not. He comes with mince, steak. They have birthday parties at the table. Bear in mind as well. Steak, they also have like heart, livers, tripe.
Yeah, tripe. If I can, because I got a picture of them, I'll post it on this video right here. So when I say staffy, you're thinking, oh, staffy dog, like Cheddar. No. These things are like the size of bulldogs, British bulldogs.
No, these are proper staffies, like old time bloodline. And I'm not kidding you now.
They're huge.
I was terrified. I was like, oh my lord.
Aussie and Taz are the names. And I'll definitely try and remember to put a picture on here for you to see.
They have the best of the best, like A-line food, butcher's stuff, and they're like, they're so cute though, aren't they?
Bloody lovely.
Scared stiff. I was scared. When I first, I ain't scared of dogs, but there is some that, I was like, oh my god, their mouths are like to there. Yeah. And they don't know. I was like, ah.
Right, we're babbling now. Go on, Aim, I'll take us away because I got it really bad yesterday. I just sort of guessed what it was.
What did you do?
I think I just said, right, we're going to try and figure it out now. I was like, be kind, be nice to everyone. You know what to do. Whatever Aim says. I think I said that.
Right. Remember to be kind, remember to be nice. You wouldn't think we were doing this a year.
I know. A year on Saturday.
Yeah. Remember to be kind, remember to be nice, comment, share, like and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your all button on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Also check out our Instagram, check out our Munchies Delight vlog channel, TikTok if you want to. But yeah, have a lovely day. And a final message, we do hope you hug each other close tonight, obviously, with the sad news of Captain Tom Moore, rest in peace, and thoughts go out to him and his family at this sad time. And we just want to say, obviously, every day is a blessing. Every day, as my friend says, every day above ground is a great day. On that note, we will leave you, love you, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.